Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Tonight I'm going to bring you a short video just showing the basics of how I make my Chex Mix. This is something I started making a couple of years ago at Christmas time, and it makes quite a large batch, actually 2 full large cookie sheets at least, sometimes more, depending on how overboard you go on this. I ended up having to get a new box of Chex tonight. The Chex that I bought on my Superstore grocery haul the other day turned out to not be correct. It actually is Honey Nut Chex that I need. So I had to get a box of Honey Nut Chex tonight, and the other Chex, well, it's just got to be put to the side because unfortunately that is not the one that I needed for this recipe. Lesson learned, I need to pay attention and actually read my recipe more thoroughly before making my grocery list next time. I've already put some things into the bowls, that's why the box of shreddies is open and the bag of pretzels. But let me show you a quick look at what the recipe itself looks like here. This is how I make it. I've already preheated my oven to 225 and it has beeped, so it is ready to go. A box of Honey Nut Chex, a package of Cheez-It crackers. I have some different ones in the house, different flavors like ranch and stuff, but for the most part I stick to the cheddar original for this. Plain shreddies, a tricolored goldfish crackers. Remember, that was something I couldn't seem to get at Superstore on my grocery haul. They were out of stock, so I picked it up at Sobeys. A bag of pretzels, 1 stick of butter melted, a dash of Frank's Red Hot sauce, and 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, onion powder and garlic powder, 1 teaspoon each, and a pinch of salt. Bake 2 hours, stirring every 30 minutes. It says if 2 cookie sheets are needed, make 2 batches of sauce, so 1 per pan. So I've already melted 1 stick of butter, and I'm going to add, I don't know if I'll stick to just 1 teaspoon each of garlic powder and onion powder. I may do a little bit more. It really can be to taste, honestly. So I've already melted 1 stick of butter, and I'll do 1 batch of sauce for the first bowl, and then I will do another one for the second. I've already got this measured out here. I just have to, this is the shreddies and the goldfish crackers and the Cheez-Its. I just have to add the Honey Nut Chex and the pretzels. And then I'll put some sauce in there once I make it. I have melted 1 stick of butter so far. I melted that a little while ago, so it actually almost looks like it's sitting there solidifying. So I'm gonna have to reheat that. Actually, once I add the Worcestershire sauce and the red hot sauce and stuff and stir it up, it will be totally fine. And then once I do that, I'll pour that. I'll add the Chex to this and the pretzels and mix it all together with my hands. And then I'll add the spices to the butter and mix that all up and pour it over there. And then I will do another batch of sauce for the same and do that for the other bowl. And then what I will end up doing, I turn my phone off here. What I'll end up doing is 2 large cookie sheets, and that will go into the oven. It takes 2 hours, and you have to stir them every 30 minutes. I don't have room on my oven rack for both of them at the same time, so what I'll do is I'll put one on the top shelf and one on the lower, and then after the first 30 minutes when I take them out to use the spatula and kind of stir them up a little bit, I will rotate them. So whatever was on the top rack will now go on the lower rack for the second half hour, and so on and so forth until the 2 hours are up. So let me get this the pretzels added. I have to divide it up between the 2 large bowls, and the Chex, and I will show you how that all looks, and then I will get the sauce ready to go and get that all mixed in. I'll show you how everything looks once it's all on the cookie sheets as well. So I'll be back in just a couple of minutes once I've added the Chex and the pretzels. Alright, this is how it looks with everything in there except for the sauce. I decided, I don't know how well the colors are translating here. I'm using my tablet, which I think the colors might be a little bit different than on the phone. But at any rate, I decided to add a second bag of the colored goldfish crackers. I bought 1 on my Superstore grocery pickup order and then realized I actually had 1 other bag still here at home. And given the size of these bowls, this one is, the white one is That's a Bowl from Tupperware, so it's like the largest bowl they have. This other bowl is like my other largest bowl that I own, and I mean both of them are reasonably full, like 2/3 full for sure. And I just thought, like, 1 small bag of goldfish crackers in to divide between two big bowls like this just to me didn't seem like quite enough. And I'm debating about seeing what I have, if I have another cheddar original Cheez-It to put in there, because I'm not sure if that's enough. I mean, I know this is lots of Chex Mix, but I just don't want the Cheez-Its and Goldfish crackers to be dwarfed by the amount of cereal that's in there. So I'm going to take a look and see if I have another Cheez-It, and if not, I'll just settle for what I have. And then I'm going to get on with making the sauce, and I will show you what everything looks like once it is on the cookie sheets. Well, I do not have another original cheddar, but I do have an Italian 4-cheese cheddar, so I think I'm going to add that and divide it evenly amongst these two boxes here. Cheez-It crackers were on my PC Optimum offers for this week, but I deferred it until next week. You can defer up to 4 offers a week, and so that means that basically this is my last box. I have a couple of like ranch ones we can just munch on or put out for the party on Friday when we have our guests over, but as far as cheese ones or Italian 4-cheese, that's fine. That means I'll be using that tonight. There'll be no more of these in the house, but we can use the other ones for Friday if we need to put any crackers out at all. And if I want to get more, then when my PC Optimum offers come up again, not this Thursday, but a week from Thursday, or actually I guess they would come up again this Thursday because it's Tuesday night right now when I'm filming it, then I can always get some more because they'll come back on my offers again. I deferred them last week, so when the offers run from Thursday to Wednesday, it's Tuesday night right now, so this Thursday the offers will be new again, and I can either get some this week before Friday with them on my offers, or I can wait and defer them one more week until next week when I get paid. Either way, so I'm going to add this in there just because I don't know that the original cheddar, that one box, will be a sufficient representation of Cheez-Its in there with all the pretzels and all the cereal, so I'm going to add this 4-cheese to it just so that there's enough. I mean, I'm sure there's enough food, but just making sure there's enough of the Cheez-It crackers in there. Okay, I don't know if you can see these little guys here, but these are the Italian 4-cheese ones. These ones right here. So I have now used my hands to just kind of mix those in. So those are now in there. Now the only step left to do is to make up the sauce. I've already melted 1 stick of butter as I showed you, but it's kind of gotten a little bit solidified. It was melted a while ago, so I need to stir it up, add the spices, and then add that to one of these bowls, get it mixed up, and then do the other one, and then get them on the cookie sheets and get them ready to go. Alright, this is one batch of sauce made right now. This is a stick of butter melted. I didn't bother measuring the onion powder or garlic powder. I just sprinkled in whatever I thought. I used the 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce that it called for. I used the better part of probably, rather than a dash of the Frank's Red Hot sauce, I probably used closer to, half a tablespoon to a tablespoon almost. Just trying to give it a little kick. And then a sprinkle of salt. Just a little dash of salt like it says, and now it just has to be poured over one of these bowls over here, and then I'll have to use my hands to mix it in, or I guess I could probably try, I mean my hands are clean, I did wash them, but maybe what I'll do is I'll dig out a big wooden spoon or a spatula. Probably a big spatula would be better to stir it, otherwise I'll have to go wash my hands in between because it'll be all sticky from the butter. But maybe I'll dig out, I think I have a large spatula in this drawer over here that will do the job. This guy right here will probably be the best for the situation, but I'm gonna have to pause you while I do this because I'm holding my tablet with my right hand, and I am right-handed, so I need my hand to pour the sauce in the bowl, and then I will stir it up, and once I get both of them done and both on the cookie sheets and ready to go, then I will come back and show you how it looks. Alrighty, and now the final step is to get this in the oven, and I have 3 minutes to get to my workplace to pick my daughter up from work. So I goofed, well I didn't goof, I forgot that this recipe typically makes more like 3 cookie sheets. So I have a lot here. So I have to sort of figure out if I can fit 2 side by side, maybe the big one of the big ones and the small one on the top rack and one on the bottom rack. Because if I don't, and I just do 2 for the next 2 hours and I leave the other one sit for 2 hours, they're going to get a little bit soggy and they don't crisp up quite as good. So I need to hopefully see if I can fit 2 in there on the top shelf or on the bottom, whatever, and just get working on it. But hopefully I can get all 3 in at the same time, because from experience, I remember one year I did hold one back until the first 2 hours were done and then put them in, and they turned out okay, but they did not crisp up the same. I need to smooth this one out. You can't really maybe see it on here, but there's quite a mountain on this one, so I don't know if I need to quickly divide some onto another cookie sheet or what, but I now have 2 minutes to get to my daughter's work. So I need to get these in the oven and get going. But anyway, this is how I make my Chex Mix every year. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. If you did, make sure you follow the recipe, take a screenshot back in the beginning of the recipe where I showed you the recipe. Take a screenshot of that. You can make it yourself and let me know how it turns out. You can tweak the spices a little bit to your own taste. And yeah, this will make quite a bit. I can put some in tins to give away, put some out in a bowl for company when they come over. But this will last the better part of the Christmas month, basically the better part of December. Put it away in tins, cover it, just make sure keep it as fresh as possible. But it'll be fine. So, and it's always very tasty, very savory. There's the sweet and savory because you've got the sweet of the honey nut Chex combined with the savory of the garlic powder and the red hot sauce and that kind of thing. So it's a nice snack, makes a huge batch, and it lasts really well as long as you just put it in a tin or a Tupperware container with a lid, and it'll be good to go. It'll keep for several weeks like that. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video. If you did, make sure you leave a comment down below, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and subscribe if you would like to, and keep your notification bell turned on in that case, that you won't miss any other videos. Hope you guys are having a great week. We'll see you in the next video. Have a good night, everybody. See you next time.